Greetings, one and all. This is Lloyd Brown, and you're in tune to SPRB Radio, the station with integrity. Remember me tell you, Lloyd Brown giving full endorsement to the thing. See?
You're welcome to the original live conversation show with 10-Star General and Sharon Mango. Keep it locked.
SPRB Radio, I beg you, kick it to it. Let it go.
You're my moonlight, moonlight's lover. When you walk along with me, whoa, whoa, people say that our love isn't true, but to prove that it's true, I'll give my all for you, and that's why you're my lover. Yes, you are my lover. Whoa, whoa, moonlight lover. You are my lover.
Yeah.
You're my lover. Yes, you are my lover. Whoa, whoa, moonlight lover. You are my lover. Whoa, 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 whoa. There's a land that I have heard about so far across the sea. There's a land that I have heard about so far across the sea. Come if you're coming, I am moving on. And you know I come can stay. Hey, show me your ticket cause we're moving on. And you know I come can stay. Hey, come if you're coming, I am moving on. And you know I come can stay. Hey, show me your ticket cause we're moving on. And you know I come can stay. Hey, the West is thinking got their joker king. I and I from them no want a blasted thing. And strictly love I am delivering. I am living it up in the name of the King of Kings. Work I to the maximum, won't give us the minimum. Yes, we see you, Mr. Man. Yes, we know your time soon come. It soon come, soon come, soon come. I saw you done. Come if you come. Yeah. Woo.
We're going to be talking to the Queen out of Canada. Woo!
What's happened to the world we live in? Jah created for us all. Yet some of them are gone like they don't want to see others survive. Make the world go round, round and round and around they go, searching for survival.
Pull it up again.
We're going to be talking to the Queen out of Canada. She goes by the name of Carol Brown. This is one of my favorite tracks, I'm telling you.
What's happened to the world we live in? Jah created for us all. Yet some of them are gone like they don't want to see others survive. People make the world go round, round and round and around they go,
searching for survival. People sleeping in the streets, they have nothing to eat. No one knows what tomorrow may bring. Only Jah knows.
Sing, oh, Carol.
Yeah.
Only
Jah knows. Yeah. Hey. What happened to the world we live in? Jah created for us all. Yet some of them are war like they don't want to see others survive.
The Queen of Sing, me I tell you.
Round and around they go, searching for survival. People sleeping in the street, they have nothing to eat. No one knows what tomorrow may bring.
Sing out.
Only Jah knows.
Only Jah knows.
Yes,
Only
please, sing
Jah
out.
knows.
Only Jah knows.
Only Jah knows, you know.
Only Jah knows.
Only Jah knows what tomorrow is gonna bring.
Only Jah knows why He put you in the position that you are in.
Exactly so, you know.
Amen.
Exactly so. We give thanks every day. We give praises every day.
Sharon Mango,
Yes,
let
sir.
me tell you
Yes,
this.
sir.
I have been trying to shift the moon, the stars, and the sky to get Miss Carol Brown on this show from way back when till now.
Wow, B.
And finally, we did it.
The time is right. Nothing
Listen to
happens
me. You
before
know
the
what them
time.
say? Nothing before the time, you
Nothing
know.
before the time. Nothing
Nothing before the time. It is time. It is time.
Nothing before the time.
Yes.
Miss Carol Brown, let me first say this to you. It's an absolute pleasure to have Her Majesty on our show.
Oh.
Thank you.
Trust me, that me call you, you know. Man, today the gloves are off. Me take off the gloves.
Yes, I'm honored. And I'm so happy to meet you too, you know, live on the show. We have always
Please
been
meet
happy.
my beautiful co-host, Sharon Mango.
Mango, yes.
You don't already know Sharon Bentley. She's my sister from another mother.
Yes, I know. Sharon.
Right.
All the Sharons surrounded him, but
I
Well,
realize that. you
Carol
know?
Brown, what a
I'm a lucky
pleasure.
man.
Maybe I should say
Abby.
Sharon, you know? Sharon Brown.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh
I
my
tell you
God,
what,
you must be-
I tell you what, we're gonna have fun with this show today, and it's all about us giving you your flowers. You know, we recognize who you are. Over the years, I've gotten closer and closer to you to know who you are, what you've done in the industry, and we want to share that with the world. And that's all I've ever wanted to do is share your history with the world, which deserves to be heard. And we pray that those who come to hear these shows will get to know who you are and the contributions you've made to the industry. Yeah. So when we beat you up with loveliness and loving, just take it like a lady,
Yes, thank you.
Meet my beautiful co-host Sharon Mango. We go way back, way back.
Yes. We go way, way, way back. But
Way back.
Miss Brown, it's a pleasure and an honor to have you in our presence. See how the 10-star dress up and make sure him dress up nice and match.
But you notice my pretty shirt.
The queen
I
to
share
them.
order
dress
today.
up.
I didn't think anybody would notice.
Listen, so him look good because the queen was coming.
The queen was coming, man.
I hear you. I'll take you as you are. Don't worry.
I couldn't just put on any old hoodie and thing. You know what I mean?
You know what? You'll be still good. You know.
Yes.
It's all
Yes.
about what you do, you know?
Amen. Amen.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We're gonna, again, as Tensar said, we're gonna give you your flowers. If people don't know about you, them going to know today.
Yes.
Them going to know about it today. And all the contributions that you've done, that you've put in this crazy music world. All your contributions has to be recognized because you have done some classics.
Yes.
You are one of the most unique sounds out of Canada. Unique in the sense of your delivery in a song. It's very heartfelt. So welcome, 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 welcome,
Thank
Queen.
you so much. Thank you so much, Sharon.
Yes.
Well, Sharon, you kick it off and take a way back. Take a way back.
Well,
And,
Miss
I'll be
Brown, I hope
butting
you're
in
ready.
every now and again.
Miss Queen, I hope you're ready.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
So we're gonna take you way back
Yes.
to where you were born, your mom, your dad, your influences at the time, church, everything. Let's start from there.
Yes. Yes.
Go
My
ahead.
memory bank is open.
I think it's working fine. You're
It's
still
working,
on.
it's
Listen,
working,
God
it's
bless you
working.
this morning. It is here.
Yes, my memory bank is still there. Maybe not everything because there's so many things, but yes, there's quite a bit.
Okay, so we'll start with where you were born.
Yeah. I'm from Port Antonio,
Okay.
Portland, Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I'm from, the eastern side of the island, the rainforest of Jamaica, the green
Wow,
parish
yeah.
of Jamaica,
Yes.
where you have all the beaches and the beautiful mountains and all those waterfalls and rivers that's coming out of the Blue Mountain. Yes,
Mm,
that's where I am from, Port Antonio, Portland.
okay. Mm-hmm. Mom, dad, family. Let's start with your parents,
Yes, yeah.
brothers and
My
sisters.
mother is from St. Andrew, Kingston. My dad, that I grew with, is from St. Mary.
Mm-hmm.
But for my brothers and sisters and myself, we were all born in Port Antonio.
Okay.
My real dad, who's a musician,
Oh, wow.
who is of the Jolly Boys, who own the Jolly Boys band, Moses Dean.
Wait, hold on.
Hold on. That big
Yeah.
Juicy I drop. Hold on.
Yeah.
We're talking about Mentor now, right?
Oh yeah, that's his band. He passed
The
away.
Jolly Boys is your father's band.
Oh yes, Moses Dean. Yes.
Wow.
So that's
Yes,
where
I
my
didn't know that.
music. That's where my music ability is coming from. Yeah.
That
Yes,
is
it
what
is.
makes
Jolly
sense.
Boys are icons of Jamaican music.
Yes, they're from the early days. Yep. He was. Yeah.
Share with us your father's name.
Moses Dean.
Moses Dean.
Dean.
Okay.
D-E-A. But Dean. Yeah.
Yeah.
But for my father, I grew with, I was adopted as Brown. So I
Okay.
become Brown, yes, growing up as
Okay.
Brown. But oh yes, we used to have a relationship anyway, stuff like that. I know what was happening.
Mm-hmm.
Me talk. Oh yeah. There's a guy doing his thing those days with the music across Jamaica, the hotel scene,
Mm-hmm.
where it was for them, And life goes on, they traveled, but eventually as the years go by, in the 90s, he passed away. Yeah. He passed away. So the Jolly Boys is his band. And the rest of the members continue, as you can see, and become more popular as the time goes by.
Wow.
Yes. But they're all passed away.
Wow. That is
And I have a family
Historical.
member too. I have Dickie, who is Monkey Business. He's also a family member of ours on my dad's side.
Who's that?
Dickie, call himself Dickie Online. He's Monkey Business Booking Agency.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah. It's been around a long time. Yeah.
Bless them up. We
Yes.
bless up Dickie.
Yeah.
Right. Share with us more. Share with us
okay.
more.
Yeah. So again, your mom, your dad. We know about your stepdad. What was it
Yeah.
like growing up for you? School, all of that.
Yes,
We're trying to dig into that.
Yeah. I've been through the school. I've been through the high school in Kingston. But of course, the music was embedded in me. And from a young child, I would not leave the music alone. from I'm a young child, 13, 14. I
Mhm.
start doing music with another girlfriend of mine who was just as young. Her name was Carol Nelson, where we started together as a duet from young children, young, in our childhood days, developing in bands and stuff like that until I go solo. Yes, entering a lot of talent shows, singing here, singing there, and the things you do when you're young to develop. Yes. I also
And
had
do
a
you-
school teacher who
Mhm.
had taken me in hand, which she realized how much I could sing, and
Okay.
take me in hand and develop me vocally, teaching
Oh.
me music, training me notes and all this stuff that you got. Yes, every weekend I had us to go to her home on a Saturday afternoon for that development and singing as she sit by the piano and teach me my, my chords, my notes, and help me develop better to what I could do with my vocal, which helped me so
And
much.
this was at the age of 13, you said?
14, 13, 14, 15.
Mhm.
Yeah, my teenage days. Yeah,
Mhm.
I got
So
that.
in school now, is this what you aspire to be? I mean, you knew your father was a musician, but what did you aspire to be prior to music? If you didn't end up,
Um,
what would you have done?
I really don't know because my vein was always about music. I always participated in anything that was musical.
Okay.
I was there. If the school was having a concert and so on, I have other teachers who would pull on me, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. And it is just as far back as I can remember. It's always just music. Music, music, music for me. No matter what else I go to, I come back to the music. That's how it is for me. And like today, I come back to the music. I never leave it.
It never leaves you.
It never leaves me.
So during that time, you're entering your talent shows, and when did you know that the music was going to be it for you? Number one, who really pushed you? Who were your influences at that time?
We had young musicians in my hometown who was also developing,
Okay.
music, learning their instruments and get together. And I become a part of that also. We're all young people. And singers otherwise from Carol Nelson, myself, and Junior Mervyn, who becomes a part of us. And we were just like one big family in the town with the music and young people growing up and playing here and playing there. And as we go along with the band.
What
And
year
then,
was this now?
Junior
What
Mer-
year?
oh, well, you know what? I started out about 68, 69,
Right. I'm with you.
somewhere around there. Yeah, somewhere around there.
And she
And
said
then,
Junior Mervyn. So Junior Mervyn, I'm sorry, I'm cutting you off for a second. Junior Mervyn, are we talking about Police and Thieves?
oh
Junior
yeah,
Mervyn?
oh yeah, oh
All
yeah,
right.
oh yeah, oh yeah. He was a male singer. I was a female singer.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Mhm.
yes, we did. So we all
And at that time you were part of a girl group called the Loving Sisters, right?
sister, that was Carol Nelson. So
Carol
then,
Nelson.
yes, she now resides in Florida.
Okay.
Yes. So, but then we become separately solo singers doing our thing, and as we move on and on, it's like my mom came abroad to Canada. And this is how I came into Canada those early years in the fall of 72. I first came to Canada.
Oh, wow. That's, yeah.
Yeah, and I was a young person then too, yeah. And of course, when you came to Canada those days, it was in development stage, the music. When I came here, I saw people like Jackie Mitu, Laura Tynema, Jojo Bennett, Otis Gale. From the Soul Vendor, we have Brian Atkinson, we have Joe Isaac, Lynn Tate was here, then he moved to Montreal, and you name it. There was quite a bit of musicians that were here and singers that came to Canada those days, in the development of the music in Canada, because Canada was a young country.
Yes.
And so forth.
Yes.
It was for us to end the music, taking it into Canada and trying to get it going. Because when I came here, reggae was not that old, Reggae had just been stepping out, from the rocksteady era. And the artists that used to come here for the little shows, the Ken Boothe, the Marcia Griffith, the Derek Morgan, and you name them, those early days, was within that time of the rocksteady change going into the reggae time. Yeah, that's what it was, you know. When I came here, there's Motown across the border, 4 hours from us here. We had a lot of Motown music playing here, a lot of pop music in the stations, and you name it. So, and it wasn't easy neither, you know, as a little country like Jamaica tried to develop its music outside of Jamaica at that time, in a country like Canada, who was just practically new to us and new to most of the things that we do. Everybody, some people say, what is reggae? You know, they would ask the question, say, what genre is this? You say it's reggae, ska. We start to tell them things they don't know, you know, so we had to educate them as the years go by. Yes. So I've been in Canada since then, returning to Jamaica. And
what year we talking about?
In the 70s. I went down to Jamaica in about late 73, 74. Right? Passing back through Jamaica.
Right.
And, seeing the musicians that I used to work with. And are we there? Yes. Seeing the musicians again, you know, they were doing nothing. They have no instrument, you know, nothing was really happening. And I decided that I think we need a manager to assist us for the band. Because I was back in Jamaica and I was just ready to work in Jamaica again. You know what I mean? So I did that and went to find a manager for the band, you know, including myself and Junior Murphy. And we started up again. We got new instruments. We got vehicles to take us across the island. We become members of the music union and things like that. Started to do recording and stuff like that and take it from there on the island. And then I was out there for a little while working with the band. So that's when I recorded. I did Touch Me Baby, The End, and a couple other stuff. I've been to Joe Gibbs. Started an album, which I didn't complete it. I went back to Canada. Never knows why, but anyway. And yes, the music continue, you know. The music continue. Music continue.
So during that time, you know, you're recording, are you writing your own stuff for these covers that you're doing?
Yes, I was writing. But at that time, doing covers, which we were doing covers in the band, because in Jamaica those days in a band, you had us to do covers also, you know, to do work in the hotels where we would get jobs from the union and all these different places that the union would put us through school, graduations, and all these Kiwanis Club and those kind of a job too that we would have gotten from the union. So we have to play variety of music at the time, which was good. You know, which was good to help me to develop again, you know, and all the great songs.
Vocally, right? There was a lot of amazing songs back then. So
yes,
you know, when you do these songs and you put it in the reggae, we put a whole nother spin on it where it usually takes off.
Exactly.
You know, so yeah, that was classic.
That was classic at the time. So spending most of my life here in Canada. You know, although I travel in and out of it. There was a time in the early 80s I used to come into England also because I have releases there. Mikey Dread at the control at the time. Mikey's my schoolmate and very, very close friend.
Okay.
Port Antonio.
So right.
He calls me, you know, we're always in touch, and he called me and says, Carol, it's time you come into England. You have not been here. Your song Touch Me Baby had done the chart there, was very popular and all that. Yeah, while I was in Jamaica, I was thinking I was supposed to go to England because they were saying you maybe have to come to England because the song was doing well and, you know, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know what happened. It didn't happen. So at this time he was there as a friend. He says, come on up, I'll send you a ticket and you find yourself here. You'll stay with me and we go all over the place. And that was my first trip into England through Mikey. Yes.
Wow.
What a great Mikey Dread. God rest his soul.
Yes.
Yeah. We were very, very close friends in school, you know, when I was singing as a young child. And he was a very,
so much for reggae music himself.
Yes. Very, very bright student in school those days. Very, very bright student. Yes. So that was my first trip into England. And from there on, I've been going in and out of it independently, seeking releases, which I did get a few of it happening, working here in Canada with Micron Records also. Working along, Leroy Sills and I've done quite a bit of work too. We're both with the same label at the same time, and Chester Miller and other artists here in Canada. Micron is a label that was started in Jamaica. Pete Weston is a part of that. So when he migrated to Canada, he continued the label. So we were working with Micron at the time also. Yeah.
During that time though, Carol, were you being educated on recording your songs, your own songs, like registering them? Did anybody talk to you about that? Are these things you found out then, or?
You know what, in the earlier times, a lot of us just didn't know. We were not educated to the business side as much as how we could think in the industry at the time. But as the time goes by, I picked up on things. I went to school also. I did administration in the industry. I also did some internship with BMG in publishing, which I was quite more interested, and other things like that. Oh yeah, I've done that, and I weigh from that with my personal street knowledge and stuff like that. Helped me along even up until today, what I am. Yes. So yeah, somewhere along the line, I try to get as much as I can in understanding the business that I'm in. Because it's one of the worst things when you don't understand the business that you're in. And especially when you're independently doing things yourself, you have to know something, So yes, I did. And I'm so glad that I did.
Yeah, well, I'm happy for you because, at least you took the whole nother route. You went into the administration itself and learned.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, not a lot of people would even get the opportunity. That's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
That's actually amazing.
Yeah, and I'm graduated, yes, I did.
Good
so
for you.
Very happy for that. Over the years, I did that. And I'm still learning. You never stop learning.
No, this is true.
Today, we're in a new era. It's technology time now. And you just got to keep learning. Things have changed. Vinyl is not the forefront of the market anymore, although it's still there.
Right.
But yes, never stop learning. You have to stay with the business. You have to. That's the only way you can do it. Otherwise, from that, you're going to be left behind or thrown out.
True.
Yes.
When was your first recording? Do you remember what your first recording was, and when you actually heard it, how you felt when you had your first recording of yourself?
My first recording was not Even Touch Me Baby. I'd recorded at Randy's studio before that with a group, forming a new group. His name was Leonard Wilson. He's the brother of Ernest Wilson.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Leonard, yeah. He had passed away. Yeah, when I was in school there at the time, they were in Vineyard Town, and someone introduced me to him that they were forming a group. So it was myself and Leonard and another guy called Joe. He went off to the States. We started to record with the Hippie Boys, who became the Upsetter, that is Family Man.
Hippie Boys, yes.
Way back when. Yes, at Randy's studio, we did about 2 songs there. But don't ask me what the title is. I just don't remember what it was, but it came out,
Right.
It had been released. Yes, I had recorded there. I had done some recording before. Yes.
And the name of the song was?
Yes, that's it. I can't remember, to be honest. I don't. I really don't. I've been trying to remember what was the name of that song. I remember some of the lines in the tune about atomic energy or something futuristic, but I don't quite remember the name. I've always been trying to battle to find out what was the name of the song that we did at the time, and it was released. And then Leonard passed away. One year I went to Jamaica to go look for him, and when I went, they said he passed away in an accident. And I really felt it. I really felt it.
Yeah.
Yep. So yes, I recorded with AP Boys those days.
Wow.
So forth. Yeah, same one who came and been working for Bob Marley over the years.
Mm-hmm.
The Wailers, Family Man, and his brother. Yes, I did. They were the
Wow.
guys. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Tenstar?
Lovely, lovely. I want to drag you back again. I want to drag you back to when you came to Canada.
Yeah.
What was the scene like at the time, especially for female artists? You know, how many female artists could you count at the time when you went to Canada?
For as Jamaican singers,
Yeah,
not much. It was
right.
myself. Then there Carleen Davis, also who came in from England.
Okay.
We have the Weber sisters, Merlin and Cynthia
We're
Weber.
talking about the Carleen Davis.
Yes, oh yeah.
Okay,
She
okay.
migrated from England to here in those days.
Oh.
Started working and recording also. And while I was going back to Jamaica, she was here doing her thing too.
Okay.
Oh yes. And we had I remember the Weber sisters, Merlin and Cynthia Weber.
Okay. I
Yeah,
heard of
those
them. I
girls.
heard of them.
Yes, they came.
Yes.
They were around early those time too. Then as the time goes by, I remember then Nana McLean came in the later 70s. The later 70s, Nana came in also and started working. And yes, and as we go on, but those
What
were the
was,
people I remember.
what was it
Carly,
like for you coming into Canada at the time as a young, around about them times you were in your teens?
yeah.
What was it like for you entering Canada for the first time in your teens, your experience in the music industry? What was going through your mindset?
For me, everything was new. Everything was new. It was a cold country. Seeing snowfall, seeing snow
Cool.
falling for the first time. You know what I mean? The community was very small. Not a lot of us were here. We have our small community. We have our small area in the city at Bathurst and Bloor Street in Toronto, where there was a few record store and West Indian shop and restaurant. Very small at the time as we grow. So when I came here, there was not a lot. There was not a lot at the time. So it's development over the years. I watched the development as it is today because it's been a long time now. You know.
So at some point, pretty much, you knew that music was something you wanted to do, right?
Yes, because I've been doing it for so long from I was young, and it was always there. Like I've done other things. I went into computers at one time. I went to school to do some stuff in computers, which was new, so I could maybe work in that field, do some data entry and all these stuff, which I was doing at one time also, and working through agencies and major companies. But I just couldn't stay with it because the music keep pulling me out.
Right.
Yes.
Now, at the time when you went to Canada, the Loving Sisters were still going forth, right?
No, it didn't happen because it was myself and the other girl, Carol Nelson. And then we separated, so there was no more Loving Sister.
Okay, so talk to me a bit about the Loving Sisters, how it came to be, and why you guys never continued.
It didn't continue because I migrate. That was number one.
Okay.
I was the one who migrated from the musicians and so forth. And as soon as I migrate, as the years go by, other musicians started to migrate too.
Right.
Yeah. Jerry Harris was a musician with us too, playing guitar.
Weird. What year?
Yeah, Jerry came into the band after one of our guitarists went away.
Wow.
Okay.
And then Jerry started playing with us, and then Jerry left.
Big up
That's when I
Jerry
went back.
Harris.
When we started out, we were called the Tornadoes originally,
Right.
the band. And
Right.
then when I came back when I went back to Jamaica at the time, the name we changed. We said let's start fresh, and that's where we started to say we are the Young Experience Band. We're all young
Okay.
people.
Right.
So that's
Right.
the next name. And we step up with musicians now like Lenford Richards, who played for the Burning Spear over the years,
Okay.
guitarist. He was with us. He started out as a keyboard player, learning music also from a music teacher, and then he switched to the guitar, which he says he liked, and become a real fine guitarist. He was a part of us also. Jerry came in after a musician migrate, and then he migrate, and then we got somebody else. And then as the band goes along and so forth, then I came back into Canada, and so forth and so on. And Junior moved on to Lee Perry.
Right.
At that time, he was also working with Derek Harriott at some time too.
Okay.
You know, yeah, songs like popular song that Derek sang, which I know was written by Junior. I'll tell you sometime. But yes. And then he moved on to Lee Perry. Started recording with Lee Perry while I was abroad again. And then there comes that big song he has. You know, he has always been a good songwriter. Always been, and playing his guitar. Always writing good songs. So I was very happy when I heard Police and Thief, you know. I was not surprised. I know what he can do. Yeah.
Share with us some of your memories of Junior Murvin, because he is an icon in our industry.
Yeah. Junior Murvin, the singer like we call Wattie Burnett, who become a member of the Congos.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
The one that sing the bass. Yeah.
Yes.
We used to hang out together on the seaside at night with guitars and play and sing harmonies and sing song and rehearse this and rehearse that. We had great times, you know, socializing that way with the music. Yes, we do a lot of things together. Junior and I. There's another thing. We used to wake up early in the morning and go to the beach. You know, he's like that even more than me. Junior Murvin wake up every morning and go to the beach and go for a swim and go running on the beach. He was like that, you know, and we share a lot of time like that too, you know, in Port Antonio. Something to do. And then during the rest of the day, we look forward to go to rehearsal with the band. You know, we rehearse on a regular basis. Like the songs we went to the studio with, we rehearsed them real good. During that time, Bobby Ellis joined the band.
Bobby Ellis.
Oh,
okay.
yeah. Bobby joined the band. And we have a saxophonist, passed away now too, Lennox Brown, who also was with the band. Before him, we have a trumpeter in town when we were with the Tornadoes. When we were the Tornadoes, we called him Mr. Willie. He's in the police force, but he would blow with us in the band, trumpet. And after Mr. Willie, there come Lennox is from Port Antonio, and he has a good relationship with Bobby too. And because we were working, we got a lot of work through the union those days. And then he invite Bobby into the band to come with us, and we were working together for a while. Even the recording that we did, Bobby arranged the online, and then he called in what did he call in again in the recording? We had who was it? There's a saxophone. Who was it again? Oh well, it's such a long time.
Don't worry. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Bobby was with us for a while too, you know, and he was good for the band, you know, because we learned a lot from him. He was a great musician also, and he stayed with us for a while. He also ended up going to the Burning Spear like Lenford Richards did over the period of time, and other musicians from Port Antonio. Yeah.
So as you move forward in the industry, you know, moving forward with so many of the legends in the industry, to be honest, with the Tornadoes, who was part of that band at the time?
There was a guitarist. His name was Cecil. There was a organization in Jamaica. They were called Sing Out Jamaica. And They become also
Because what's his name? Junior Mervin became part of that group too, didn't he?
yeah. Oh yeah, I was there from then.
So we had moved from the Loving Sisters to the Tornadoes.
No, the Tornadoes is where we started.
Right. He wasn't part of that band.
Yeah, he was around too. Oh yeah, there was a couple of us
Okay, that's what I
around there.
mean. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And
So he
as
was part of the Loving Sisters, then he
The
became
Loving
part of the
Sisters.
Tornadoes.
the Loving Sisters were, yeah, we were as Carol, you know,
Right.
and Junior was there too.
Okay.
You know, as we all played together and developing, and everybody
I'm
wanted to
with
sing
you.
and so forth, you know, until we settled.
I'm with you. Yeah.
Until we settled. But we got settled when I went back to Jamaica and reformed the band, and we become the Young Experience and had a manager at the time.
Okay.
Right. I want to play a tune for you. I want to see if you know this tune, right?
Okay.
All right. So let me just. I'm not too sure what year this goes back to. I think it goes back to early 70s. That's what my mind says, early 70s. But take a listen.
If music make you move, 'cause you can dig the groove. Groove on, groove on. If you feel like you wanna make love under the stars above, love on.
You remember that tune there? The
I remember.
Tornadoes.
Yes. So I'm saying we've done quite a bit of stuff. I don't even remember some of them till they showed up. Junior, because I have vinyl here with Junior with other songs that you've done with the band. The label was called Jam Rock. That was our label.
Jam
From
Rock.
that. Yes, that was our label from the band at the time. We were Jam Rock. You know.
The original Jam Rock.
Original. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Oh yeah.
Wicked.
Yeah.
So you had done so much extensively as a teenager coming up into the 70s. What happens next for you from the Tornadoes? Where do you end up next?
From the Tornadoes?
Yeah.
Abroad.
Okay, so that's when UK happens.
Yeah, I came to Canada. Yeah, I came to Canada.
Right.
Came to Canada.
Right. And then the Canadian experience happens, and then they hear about you in the UK.
Yeah.
One of the most famous songs that happened in the UK was one of those songs called Touch Me Baby, right?
Yes, that did.
So many people talk to me about that particular tune before we did the show today.
Yeah.
And I said I'll play a few bars of it. And here is that tune, which did so well in the UK.
Yeah.
I think it was associated with Trojan.
Yes, in the distribution. Bob Andy had a label, I think, with Tommy Kawan, a couple of guys at the time, Kingston.
Right.
And it was Bob Andy who took the song and said that they would release it. I don't quite remember the name of the label.
Right.
Still around someplace, I have it. But they released it and take care of it abroad.
Right.
Away from, so things were released on other labels outside of Jamaica and not on our label that we had.
I'm with you.
Yes.
With you.
Yes. Yeah.
Touch
That's
Me
how I got
Baby.
those company.
That was a big tune. When I speak to people, I'm going to have a conversation with you on this show today. One of the songs that they always talk about is this one.
Reaching out for your love, won't you touch me, baby? And reaching out for your love with a touch, baby. Woo! All my life, I'm starved for love. But behind my mask of pride, Lord, I'm hiding from the one I truly love, afraid to let go. I just suffered from the pain, and just when I'm in need of a real true friend, Lord.
Yes, how could I forget that? I performed that song so many times in Jamaica. I did TV. I remember I did Where It Sat on TV with that song. I remember we went to Guantanamo Bay,
Oh, wow.
for a week. When we had that song, the union gave us this job, sent us to
Right.
Guantanamo Bay as a band that's here, and I did that song so many times for the soldiers on the base. It was ridiculous. So yeah, I performed that song a lot when it was happening. Yes, I did.
So you were doing so well all the way from Canada. You enter into the UK charts.
Yeah.
How did that song do for you?
Here in Canada?
Yeah.
Or overall? Well, like I
Overall.
said, the market in Canada was still so young in the early 70s. It was still so it was here. I saw it came in here as import out of the States on a different label. Again,
Right.
we're from Jamaica and they had a distribution in the States. Somebody took it to me one day and said, "Hey, I got your record, I bought it in New York, blah, blah, blah." At that time, you know? But yes, it was out there. It was out there.
Right. So you're doing ever so well. And then at some point during your journey, you meet the legendary Jackie Mittoo.
Yeah.
Talk to me about how you got to meet him and that journey.
On that journey, Jackie's been here in Canada. When I came here, Jackie Mittoo was in Canada. Like I mentioned, a lot of the famous musicians who created the music, they came to Canada. A whole bunch of them were all here, you know. And he was here doing his thing as Jackie Mittoo. So we were all here as artists and musicians at that point, and until he went away to England, where he started working with the musical youth, and the history goes on. And we know each other from a long time, not in a relationship, but on the music side of things. Eventually, as the years go by, he ended up in a relationship. Put it that way.
Right.
Yeah, you know.
And Jackie Mittoo, share with people who Jackie Mittoo really is, because without me putting my touch onto it, talk to us about who he was to the reggae music industry.
He's a legend. Oh, there's how would you describe him? You know, he's a genius. I know that. I've been around him. I watch him do things. We talk, shares ideas and stuff like that. So many things. He's a genius. He was a child star in his time as a young child. You know, I grew up on the music. You know, he's a legend. There's so much way to describe him. Just can't find it all. You know, he's great. He's a great musician. He's very creative. I don't know how we do it sometimes, but I can tell you, you know what I mean? He's always has something new ready. And watch him go on the piano and work out stuff and put down stuff. And yeah. Wow, he's one of a kind.
And share with us. Okay, I spoke to Kelvin Grant. Kelvin Grant is a good friend of mine from way back.
Yes.
You do know he's part of the lead or from Musical Youth.
Yeah.
And just before coming on this show, me and him had a good conversation, you know. And one of the things he shared with me was the fact that that when Jackie Mittoo, when you met him, you were able to calm his energy because he was full of energy. And you were able to bring that calmness into his life.
Yes.
Although we did a lot of things with Musical Youth that he shared with me.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. Yes, I guess it's because as a singer, understanding what the business side of things is, what he's been through, you know, and who he is, and we could communicate, you know. That was some of the great things that we had, you know. He believes in me as a person, that I would have stayed with him, you know, and so forth and so on. We had one daughter, Crystal Mitu. She's grown up now. She has a child also, so there's a grandchild. And there's 5 other children that he has. No, he has 6 children. They're all nice children. They're all here in Canada. They were born here in Canada, except 2. There's one in England, and the eldest one, he was born in Jamaica, but came here as a young child also and grew here. And the rest of them were born here in Canada. So they're all Canadian kids, except for the one in England, Joel. Yes.
So would you say your acclaim to fame came during your time with him or before?
Like the song you just played, Touch Me Baby, from way back when, you know, which did something for me and introduced me to another level in the industry. I've been doing my thing before that, you know. And then Leroy Sibbles and I have done a lot of work. There's still an album that we did that has still not been released.
Talk to us about that. Talk to us about that.
Leroy was here. We hang out a lot musically. Like I said, most of the musicians, the great musicians, were here in Canada. Leroy was one of them. You know, we spend a lot of time in the studio. You know, we live in Toronto. We see each other all the time. We were working with the same label, you know, writing songs, you know, arranging. Leroy's a great person, great artist, great musician himself.
At the time, was he still with the Heptones?
Oh, no.
Oh, he had left. Okay.
Oh, that's a long time. Yeah, that's a long time. But he too came here in the 70s, where
I do remember, yeah.
And has been living here over the years until he migrated back to Jamaica fully, where he lives today. Yes. But yeah, we shared a lot of time in music, you know. On a day where there's nothing happening, we would spend our time singing, playing his guitar, trying to create something. And we find our vibes, we go into a small studio, put it down, and so forth. And songs that I have that went out there, it was Leroy. Don't Let Go. Leroy wrote that for me. For the album that I did, yes. The album sits there with Lego, not releasing, whatever the reason.
Yeah.
But, I decided.
Sorry.
Yeah, I decided to reproduce that.
Okay.
And I reproduced it. And it was released at Sonic Sound at the time, you know. I got Palmer to do the engineering for me. He was there. And so forth. And yeah, I said that was great, you know.
Right.
It came out. So I rearranged it. It was not the same thing I used Jackie Mitu Evening Time, because I realized it was the same chord structure. It could work. Right. And I put the song in it. And yes, become a very popular song too. You know, that was Leroy wrote that to me.
Play a few bars of that particular song, which is called Don't Let Go, which was, you say, written by Leroy Sibbles.
Leroy, yes. And the music that I've used was Jackie.
Right.
Yes.
And then Sharon, over to you from there. Yeah?
Okay, yeah.
I will give my love to you tonight, yeah. But you got to promise I'll feel alright. I will give my love to you tonight, yeah. But you got to promise I'll feel alright. If you want my loving, then don't you be shy. And if you want my loving, let's give it a try. Don't let go, don't let go, don't let go, let your love be show. Don't let go, don't let go, don't let go, let it grow and grow. If you want my kissing,
let's give it a try. And if you want my kissing, let's turn off the lights. Don't let go, don't let go, don't let go. That's your loving show.
Sing out.
Go, don't let's go. Don't let's go, let it grow and grow. Yeah.
You were born to sing, you know. It's like you came into the world singing.
Yes, yes. I think so. I really think so, because as far back as I can remember, even when I was in primary school, I've always been singing, and the girls would say, "Oh my gosh, sing for me now, sing," stuff like that. So yes, I've been doing it. I've been doing it a long time. It's a
Yes, Miss Mango.
Well, I'm just curious about all the other legends that you have performed with. One of my favorite people, Leroy Sibbles, was number one.
Yeah.
What was it like performing with Sugar Minor?
Yes, I've shared the stage in Canada here with Sugar Minor over there. We even did, I remember one time we did a song together on that, one of the shows that we did here in Toronto, because he was very popular in Canada, so he comes here for numerous shows, and I was lucky enough to share some of those stages with Sugar. But we're good friends also in the business as artists, we're very good friends, very, very good friends. We had even talk about doing a duet together. It just never happened. He passed away. We were still hoping that there's time. We always think that there's time, right? Not knowing what that he's gonna bring. Yeah, there's a lot of things that you say, oh, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. Some of it doesn't happen. That's why we need to get on top of things. But sometimes you're just not in the right position and the right frame of mind to let it happen at that particular time. So you give yourself time and it says, we are going to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes,
we're going to do it. Leroy and I have done duet too. It's on the album. I have quite a few unreleased product, which is not in the street yet. Jackie and I.
Why?
I'll tell you what happened. I'll tell you what happened.
To say.
Yeah, not only me. There's quite a bit of us who are like that. The changes in the business, from one to the other, constant changes. Transferring from tape to that D88, then there comes something else. You transfer. By the time you look around, it's hard drive. Well, I've learned years ago that I've learned it in school that hard drive is going to be the future. That's where our stuff is going to go. So I know it was coming, but it's just a constant changing and to try to keep the music, take it off the tape, going into studios where you can still find things to transfer it to and so forth. Anyway, I've got quite a few of them that I've done now. They're on hard drive. They're on MP3 stick and all these stuff that I have all over the place. But I'm looking forward. God bless me. God help me. So I get a chance to really just throw them out there. And honestly, that's what I'm working on now. I'm seriously working on that. And of course, I'm always recording. I've always been recording. I have new songs that I'm working on.
Let me just say before Sharon butts in again, I love that new song you got with Dennis Al Capone. Ooh.
Oh, okay. Yes.
And I think that was done by Watson, right?
Yes, Patrick Watson. You know what? That song, I went to Vancouver some years ago with Half Pint. We both did a show, share the stage in Vancouver. The show. Vancouver is like 5 hours flying time away from Toronto. That's how far. Yeah, that's where it is. We went out there for a show, and the band that we work with, they were pretty good. And that's where I met Watson, Patrick Watson. He was the bass player in the band.
Okay.
He was a fine bass player. Then we were in touch online, and he was always saying, Carol, we have to do a song. I'd really love to record a song with you. So as the time goes by, he sent me a couple of tracks that he had made, and it's a little while until I decide which one to take, which one I liked, I was getting a feel for. And then I start writing the song till it was completed. I did a demo voice here and sent it to him, and he was loving it. Then I ended up going to Montreal, where he moved to now. He's not in Vancouver anymore. He's in Montreal, where he has his own setup. And I went there to do the voicing and the completion of the work, and he released it. Yeah, that's how that happened. And there's more things that we have presently that I've been writing tracks for. So sooner or later, we will have something new on the market too. I like Patrick. He's a very good producer, very good musician, very, very good guy. Yes. So that was how that happened, you know.
Okay.
I got the vibes and I write that song on the track that he sent me.
We're going to play it before the show ends, most definitely.
Yeah,
Bass
you definitely
Joe.
play that. You
Yes,
definitely
yes.
play it. So,
Continue, Sharon.
so can you say which producer to date, from back then to date, which producer was your favorite producer to work with?
My favorite producer, I've got Pete Weston, who's a great producer. Got Leroy Sibbles, and of course Jackie Matu,
Jackie Matu.
who's number one. You know, you can't beat
That's
that.
your number one. Okay.
Well, of course, you know,
Yeah.
we all
Well.
know what Jackie is. You know, has done
Yeah.
so much of that for Studio One. You know, like
Right.
You know, yes, those are the tracks which are not out as yet. The stuff that Jackie and I did, because we did them. It was Computer Age started, and we went into New York. We did most of it in New York, and we had decided to go to Jamaica, and he wanted us to do them live by calling in a few musicians, go to Gussie Clark's studio,
Okay.
and we record what we have already done with live musicians.
Mhm.
But it never happened. But what he did and laid down at the time in computerized music, it's great.
Mhm.
It's great. So that's what I have here. It's still not yet released. They're great songs. I write most of them, you know.
So are you sure, or do you know exactly what you have to do to retrieve this, retrieve these files? Like you're sure it's
Oh,
with,
yes.
so you know for a fact.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I've working experience in a lot of things in the studio. Like I fully understand what goes up and down.
Good,
yes.
but yeah, because not to cut you, but for some people they get lost. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? They get lost, erased, whatever it is, or somebody buys it out. I'm just.
Oh, no. With my knowledge of the business and what I've been through over the years, and doing my own production also.
All right.
So and I'm up to date. I'm among other people who knows what they're doing also. And yeah, it's not too bad for me.
Oh, yes.
Not too bad for me. Not too bad.
Wow.
So I'm not worried about it, you know.
Okay. I think it would be nice it would be amazing just to hear
some of those
classics. You know what I mean? It's gonna be man.
Maybe, I've got all kind of stuff, sitting around. I spent time in transferring. That was what I had to do. Spend time in trying to keep up and transfer stuff. Because ever since we start having the changes after the vinyl market and we start going into the computerized stuff, constant changes, as you can see.
Digital age, the digital
never
age.
Never stop. But I'm looking forward presently, not like years to come, but presently, what I have. I have mixes of quite a few of them too. I've also tell myself I would remix some of them too, but I have mixes that, hey, I'll just leave them as they are, with good mastering, because the work has been done.
We can't wait. I cannot wait.
Yes.
These are going to be some 10-star. Imagine
if you hear songs, if you hear the latest song that she has with Dennis Al Capone, you truly understand why she needs to be out there, To me, the industry doesn't celebrate you enough, and your voice. Okay, first, before I say what I want to say, what year did you voice that song with Watson?
It was in the 2000.
Okay.
How long has it been out now? 3 years, 4 years.
What you say the year 2000?
I'm counting out the COVID. I use the COVID to count out things these days.
Okay.
That was 2
Okay.
years. You know what I mean? It was before that. Maybe 4 years since I have that tune. 3 years,
Okay.
4 years. I say 4.
Before COVID.
It's been out the COVID. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
About 4, you know,
Okay.
since we
Because your
completed
voice
it.
is still beautiful, man.
Yes.
It still sounds the same. That's what's
Yeah.
amazing.
There's still a lot more in you to come.
Ooh, there is.
And I keep telling you that I'm musically greedy, right?
I hear you. I hear you.
You know?
Music is my life. You know, like I spend most of my time at home, quietly, playing music or trying to create something, pick up my phone and record something. And I'm a nature person also. I like to go to the countryside. I like to go by water. I'm like that. Maybe because I'm from the countryside in Jamaica, and that's how I
Yeah.
grew up. You know, I'm still the same
How
person.
do you perceive your fans? How do you perceive their energy towards you?
Ooh.
Do
That
you
energy
think
with my fan.
do you think
I
you're
try to feed.
shortchanging?
You know what? I try to feed my fan with good music. Put it that way, because people want good music. I try to feed them with a good song, hopingly they're gonna like it and become a part of it. Because you do need your fan. You got to respect your fans, and your fans is who make your songs happen. Without them, you know, hey, you know. And I love my fans. Yes.
Since putting out, you know, especially since putting out the advert that we're going to have this interview with yourself, you know, the amount of positive reactions we had to it, you know, was just incredible, you know?
Yes.
And I say that to say, you know, I feel like the industry isn't releasing enough music when it comes to yourself, you know? I know that me as a music addict, as a big fan of yours, and as a person that knows you personally, I say to myself, why am I not getting enough music from Carol Brown?
Maybe because where I'm at also here in Canada, the people I used to work with, great people, are not around anymore. You know, was not passed, have moved away. And so you got to reach out to other or new people today. The industry has changed. And I mean, that doesn't say I shouldn't have more material. I have the material, it's the releases. It's the releases. It's not that I don't have the material, I have it.
Right.
It's releasing them, you know, who to go, where next to go. And yes, there's companies out there, there's people out there, you know, you think twice before you make a move and what you want to do, you know. And yeah. Yes, I just gotta get rid of that. Sorry about that. That's what happened.
That's okay. Yeah. I had a couple of those myself.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sometimes it's about me too, you know, where my head is at.
Where is your head at?
Going through changing times, you know, with the industry.
Do you feel valued?
Yes, I always do.
Amen.
I always value myself. Well, of course I do. Yes, I do. I do. And I value my work also, you know. So there's no reason that I shouldn't have them out there. It's just about time. Like we just get a chance to do this podcast now, you know. We were wondering when this was going to happen. When we were ready to do it last year, I told you my situation. Give God thanks, I'm here, you know.
Course, yeah.
Up and running again, you know.
Yes,
I think everything falls in time. Every little thing is in time. There's a song I have like that, you know, that I sang that is on sitting here too, that I did on my album that Jackie and I did. Every little thing is in time. Yeah. Yeah.
Has that song been released?
No. That's part of the projects that I have here. But now I said it, I just remember I have a song that says
Yes,
every little
everything
thing
in
in
its time
time.
and
Yes.
everything in
Every
its
little
time
thing
and
in
place.
time.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Every little thing is in time. Yes, I remember that. Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah. Those are
yeah.
that's reality anyway, you know.
Yes, it is reality.
I have to tell you, you can sing the alphabet to me and I'll fall asleep. A real thing, you know,
Really.
serious thing. Especially what you, oh my God.
Yes.
You know, sometimes they say when you tap too much, it doesn't carry the same weight, right?
Yes.
So you know what I want to do? I just want to do this very quick 1, 2. Yeah, take a listen. I tell you what, Sharon Mango, take a listen to Carol Brown. This is Carol Brown.
Yes.
It's been such a long time.
Pull it up again. Pull it up again.
Come again, Carol Brown.
Yeah, I know it.
Listen.
It's been such a long time. Woo! Since you came my way again. What brings you here today? What? Is it that you missed me so much? But I'm hurting inside. Cause you walked through the door, said you won't come back no more.
Sing it out.
I just wanna know.
Sing it out.
That you're here to stay, never go away.
It's been such a long time.
Woo!
Since you came my way again. One thing you should understand, that I didn't do you no wrong. Woo! But I'm hurting inside. When you walked through the door, said you won't come back no more. I just wanna know,
Sing up, Carol.
That you're here to stay, never go away.
Are you named Queen?
Somewhere in my heart, I know that I'm loving you just the same. And if you feel the same way too, oh baby, this time it can be better for two. But I'm hurting inside. Cause you walked through the door, said you won't come back no more. I just wanna know that you're here to stay, never go away.
There's none better than the Queen. I tell you, Carol Brown.
Hey.
We're not done with you yet, you know.
My special request and popular demand, baby, your wish is my command. Yeah. Hear that?
It's been such a long, long time.
Pull it up again, pull it up again, pull it up again.
My special request and popular demand, baby, your wish is...
You not normal, you know, Queenie.
Hear that?
It's been such a long, long time since you came my way again.
Baby, I promise I'll never go away. This time I'm here to stay, night and day. Happiness is my desire. Promise I'll set your soul on fire. Cause I love you so, and I want the whole wide world to know that if loving you is wrong, I don't wanna be right. In the middle of the night, I want you to out the light.
You hear that?
That you're here to stay. Never go away.
Pull it up again, pull it up again, pull it up again.
Sharon, you better take the decks away from me before I get crazy.
That one in the card.
Carol, the whole Carol responsible, you know.
Yes, am I?
You are responsible for my madness.
It's always gonna be a classic. It's her whole tone.
Yeah.
It's her whole
What?
That is some serious rubber dub music. You can't. That's a peel off wallpaper music.
You know how much wallpaper get peel off?
That's what I'm saying. It's a whole tone. You feel the emotion in the song, and that is what makes you the queen.
Jesus.
It's your whole emotion. You go hard. That one's a classic now. I said, man, we know that one, man. We know the song there.
Yes.
Carol Brown, I tell you right now, you have more to give. We're waiting for the rest of it. We need more.
Yes.
Because
yes.
you can't.
Yes.
You have not changed.
Not
you are just Carol Brown, which makes you the most unique.
Yes.
Make her hear it again. She didn't hear you, you know. She didn't hear you. So make her hear it again. Make she hear it again.
I did.
You are the most unique individuals, artists, vocalists, because you carry so much weight when you sing. It's so emotional. Like, that's what I'm saying. You just close your eyes and you're in the emotion. That is why you have worked with so many people. That is why you are respected by your peers. An amazing artist you are, and still have so much more to give. Mickey, how we
I give thanks for everything, you know. I give thanks for the Creator still having me here.
Amen.
You know, yes, I do every time. You know, every time I do. And for my fans out there who still supported me, and for the new ones and the new ones to come.
That's
you
it.
know, I'm here.
That's
I'm here.
it.
I'm here. Yes, I'm here. There are other songs that I've done too, like I did a rendition of Feel So Good.
Ah, yes.
That was in the chart, also the reggae chart in England. It was released as side A and side AA through, is it Creole? Or the other label that was a part of Creole, that was, you know, the medley. I did a medley, which did very, very well for me also. It was also released there in England. And on the B side of the medley, the A side, they didn't put a B side, it's a side A and side AA. I did Feel So Good by Midnight Star. I did it on the Ram Jam rhythm, Fatty, and that didn't do too bad also. It was Pete Weston who handled that also. That went.
Tell me if you remember this one. Tell me if you remember this.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I do.
Taking you back now.
Yes.
Looks like the end. Looks like the end. Looks like the end of the world.
Jesus.
Where is my man? I've lost my love, and it looks like the end of the world.
Yes, 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 yes. Respect due to Lord Creator, the great Lord Creator.
Creator.
Yes,
But
that's
I grew up
right.
with all these songs. I grew up with these songs, you know, so I know them. So during our production with the Young Experience, that was one of the songs which was also released. And I didn't, when I came back to Canada, I saw it in a compilation. I didn't even know it was out at the time, you know, because Touch My Baby stayed out there for a good while. And then this was given to them also with Bob Andy, the same company. And it was released. I saw it in a compilation. Also, when I get back to Canada, somewhere over the years, I saw the album and realized, and I saw it, I said, really? You know, but then I realized in Brazil, it's been played heavily in Brazil, and most of it that's online on YouTube, it's been put up there by Brazilians who really, really like this particular song at the end.
Brazil have been real supporters of our music. I tell you, big time.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially ever since, you know, the man from the Pioneers went over there, you know.
Yeah, Luddy, yeah.
Luddy, yeah.
He was here with us too.
Yeah.
He was here with us for a couple of years too, you know, doing his thing in his label and recording a lot in Canada too, you know.
Yeah.
Owen Gray would be here and Jackie Edwards passed through and all the artists of yesterday, they all were here in Canada too.
And we had Jerry Harris in the building earlier. We lost him again. But you've done so much for the industry. You know, it's like, how do we say thank you, you know, to a legend like yourself? You know, I'm glad that we are here in this time and space to be able to tell you in real time, you know, how much we love and still crave more music from you.
Yes, 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 I hear you. I'm just gonna spit it out.
The things, man.
Like, yes, like I have so much I could release X amount of music for the year, to be honest with you. That's here, plus new ones, and then there's always new ideas in my head. And when you're an artist and you're creating or you're a creative person, there's always something. So you're always looking for something new to do. In spite of what you did yesterday or the year before, there's always something. And then sometimes we just make music. Like we just go to the studio, like myself and Jack, we just go to the studio or Leroy, we just make music. But we don't think about when are we going to release it or what are we going to do with it. We just make music, get it down in a tape or something. And that's how it goes. Creative minds, you know, we don't go in there particular to say, we have to make this song for that or so. We just make music. That's what happened. So we pile up with a lot of stuff. Some of them we don't even remember until you go back and listen again.
Right.
You know, yeah, and that's what happened, especially to people like Jackie and other people, Leroy, and you name them. You know, that's
I
what they
have to
do.
say, you've also
Williams also is here with us. You know, we all hang out together.
Yeah.
The great Lord Creator, and you, Joe Isaac, drummer from Studio One from way back to Tony, and Brian Atkinson, who now moved from the East Coast Canada to the West Coast. He's in Vancouver. He was a regional bass player of Sound Dimension and then Soul Vendor when it started. Also play with the cards. They're here, still hanging in there.
Right.
They're elderly guys now, but they're still there around. They have done the bulk of work in the Studio One era and other places, other studios and other producers over their lifetime. Like these guys make so much music. You wonder how they do it. And it's such a short space of time. It's a heck of a lot of music they make, you know, and they come here and they still do the same thing.
We
you
have to
know.
big up, I cannot end the show without bigging up an old friend of mine from Canada, Jay Douglas.
Yes, Jay Douglas. Yeah, we work together. We share the stage together too. Good friend of mine. As a matter of fact, we just spoke yesterday after the festival we have here in Canada, in Toronto on Eglinton West, our community, which is very popular here in Toronto. Yes, Jay's a great guy.
Big
Great
him up for
artist.
me. Make him know
Yes,
certain stuff. Big him up big time.
I will. I will. I
Yes,
will.
yes,
I will.
yes. And we know he's done a lot for Canadian music as well. And I know you've been,
Yes,
like you
yes.
say, on a big stage with him.
Oh yeah, we've worked. He's been here for a long time too. He came here from the early 60s too. Before he came here, I think maybe in the sky even. Because when he came here, reggae was not making it.
Right.
He came here and went to school here too and developed and so forth and singing popular songs and doing his thing and so forth. And great singer, great performer, you know. Yes, Jay Douglas is.
I tell you what, there's many across the world that love and respect you, and they're like me. They're musically greedy. They want to hear more from you. As much as we love and respect you, what would you say to your fan base across the world?
I I am gonna do what I'm supposed to do. Give them more. Give them more. They want more. I should give them more. All this stuff that I sit on here, which is great songs, you know what I mean? They were making a way that if you hear them 10 years from now, they sound like they were just made today. That's how my songs are made.
Right.
So yes, I'm trying my best to get as much as possible out there. And you'll see what I'm talking about shortly.
And your daughter is into music as well, right?
My daughter, yes, she's a very good singer. She grew up, we took her to the studio when she was a baby. And we had video shoots there, playing around with videos. I had someone doing some video in the studio. And looking back at the video, we could, like we saw her snapping her finger as a baby in time with the music there. She was sitting in my arm. We didn't see that. Okay. Looking back at the video, we saw that and we laughed and I said, oh my God, there's snapping her little finger in the music, and we says, well, yeah. But I sent her to do music. She did a little music. She played the piano, very younger stage. She did demos. She was hot. She writes too. She's a very good writer, and she sings well. I started her off. I was looking for a good manager to take her career, but then she make a school in something that she wanted to do. She liked journalism, and she went to school. She did journalism.
Right.
Wow.
Oh yeah, she did journalism too. And she went into different areas of administration. She's very good in those fields too. And she still sings. She set up her own little studio and stuff now. She can do her thing, and so forth. And I'm still looking forward. Presently, she's setting up a YouTube channel for herself also, so she can do some stuff and relate some stuff of her dad also. So we're looking forward for that also from her. And hopefully she can put a couple of songs out there too. She will though. She will. It's just a timing thing. And she's been working otherwise. She has a child. Malachi is 10 years of age now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she's in her early 30s. She's 30, 33. Yep. She is. So she's doing her thing.
That's good. At some point, we'd love to have her on our show as well, because I from afar, may I look and may I see,
Yes.
My eye no miss nothing.
Yeah, she did a little song and I put it out there for her so people can hear her and what she's sounding like. And now that she's got her own little setup at home, she voiced herself, put on her harmonies and stuff like that. She's natural,
What name does she go by?
Crystal, Krystal. She's Crystal Claire Matu.
Crystal
Claire, yes. Jackie named her that, Crystal Claire Matu. Out of a blue sky. Yeah.
Yes, that is beautiful.
Yeah, that's
love it.
Yeah. So she can be found and she's on IG. She's on Facebook and a few of the platforms out there. She's there doing her thing.
Kelvin Grant from Musical Youth wanted you to know that him love you like cook food, you
I'm
know,
still waiting. They
and
promised he's gonna pass through Canada. We're waiting to see
said he
him.
will be coming to Canada to see you. And he
Yes,
wanted people to know that he'll be coming on this platform to tell his
yes,
story as well. You
yes,
know,
yes.
I
Yeah,
tried twisting his arm in many different directions,
definitely
but it's
so.
gonna happen when it happens, and that'll be
Yeah,
very soon.
yeah. There's a plan for him and Crystal to do something, you know.
Yeah,
So, still crossing my fingers, see what they're gonna do and what's gonna come out of that, which would be great, you know, to be really great. But yeah, we chat ever so often. And for Tony Owens, of
yeah,
course, he's also a very good friend of ours too, you know.
right, right.
We still communicate at
Mm.
times, you know, and quite a bit of other people that is in England too, you know. I've also worked for Philip Pratt. I've
Wow,
done,
legend.
yeah. I did a song in England there for Pratt. It was look through the window and you'll see what I see. With Trevor, is it Hartley? Is it Trevor Hartley? Is his name? Yeah.
Ah,
He had this song with Trevor Hartley. I have a single around, so I've got the 12-inch. And I was in England when he asked me to, because it's a duet song.
Okay.
And he wanted a female after having Trevor voice on the tape. And then I went to the studio and put my vocal down along with Trevor and did that song. And it was released. It's on the Beta BETA label on 12-inch. Yeah. So I did record it. And I've done other things there too. I've done dub plates and quite a lot of other stuff. I've worked with Alton Ellis.
Yes.
Alton is a good friend of mine too. Yeah, I've done a harmony in one of his Golden Jubilee album. I think it's a silver or so. Yeah, I've done some harmony there too when he was doing that. And we too had promised to do a song that never came to life, or you know, to Alton used to be here with us here in Canada too in the earlier times before he came to England. He was here. His families are here. His brothers are here. You know, his son was here. You know, the bigger one.
yeah.
And Noel Ellis. Noel is also a great singer, very popular in South America too. You know, yeah, they're all here. And then he went to England, and that was it. But he comes and goes because he has families here. This is where a lot of his families are in
Right.
Canada. Yes. So he's a good friend of ours too, you know.
Yeah.
The singers, we all hang out together late at night. You know how it goes, you know. And
Yeah.
having fun, talking. Yeah, we've shared a lot of good times here in Canada, you know. So but we have great history here in Canada because of who was here or who's still here with us and all the great people. Somebody like Lynn Tate.
Lynn
Been here from
Tate, yes, yes,
then he
yes.
moved from here to Montreal, where he spent most of his life playing with a jazz band and also doing recording. When they went to Japan, the first move with the Scatterlight, they took Lynn Tate, they took Brian Atkinson because some of the Scatterlight members couldn't move as they're waiting on their particulars and stuff like that. So Brian Atkinson was one of the popular bass players who played on a lot of the ska music. And it's not everything was the Scatterlight. After the Scatterlight, Jack told me it was Brian Atkinson who plays, Marley ska music and stuff like that. It was Brian Atkinson who became the soul vendor and all that. And
The soul dimensions.
and the soul, yeah. Brian has played a lot in the ska music. Jackie said he was one of the great bass players who could play the ska just as good on electric bass. Yeah, he plays a lot of the ska, but people don't recognize or know that he was a guy who played the ska.
Right.
So there's a lot of stuff out there that I have learned, or what I grew up hearing with my ears through the music, and we're all here and we talk. We hang out. We talk. Lord Tanimo, we hang out. With Satchmo, we hang out. we all hang out at times, you know, and they talk of their past history in Jamaica and all this stuff.
That's more
And
recently passed away, right?
yes, yes, great dancer. that
Yeah, I
Jamaica.
remember. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, he came here too from the early days too, from the 60s. He's been here, you know. We lost him. He's lived a full life though. He was about in his late 80s. Yeah, he was very entertaining for us. You know, Jojo Bennett. We've lost Jojo too.
Yes, yes.
We've lost Animal. You know, we've lost Lynn Tate, and others which might not be mentioned also. But yeah, we
I
do.
mean, there's been quite a few who've really played a huge part in the growth of Canadian reggae music.
Yes, yes, and those were the people that have been mentioned.
Yes, yes.
Leroy Sibbles also, and Johnny Osborne. When I came to Canada, Johnny was already here. He came here from 69.
69. Wow.
Yeah, Bumpy came here 69. When I came here, I met Bumpy, you know. And then we all hung out, and he had a band. He was doing his thing over the years until he went back to Jamaica, settled, and started working out of Jamaica. But his family's here, children and family. Oh yeah. They're all here, you know. So we had some good people around to develop the music here in Canada. We have the people that had developed Jamaica music, who create, who migrate here and continue to help to develop the music here in Canada. And Jackie Mitu was on top of that, I must say that, you know. He was the guy who used to receive the mainstream here plays and play in major places and recorded here and all those stuff. Yeah, he was quite popular here in mainstream, you know. So he becomes a person who really on the front line development of bringing the music. And because of who he was creating it from Jamaica days, it was easy for him to bring it here and continue doing it for the Canadian marketplace. Right. We have Leroy who does a lot of work, Tanimo who does his thing, Jojo. They all did their part. They all did their part in development in the music that we have here today.
How do you feel in terms of the way you're viewed in Canada, more specifically? How do you feel you're being viewed in Canada? Do you feel valued?
Yes, I do. I have fans here. You know, I perform a lot in this country. Yeah. You know, I try my best to do the best that I can. You know, it's not a market as big as some other markets on the outside of here, but we have grown. We have grown. What we have now, 20, 30,000 young people coming out to a concert like we have the other day, we never had that before. So we have grown enormously. Yes, we have grown, you know, and I'm happy to be part of that development also, because everybody put in their little pieces here and there. I've worked in record store, I've done this, not only just a microphone, but I've done other things.
Talk to us about the other things that you've done, because I also know that personally you work in a community, you know,
yes,
especially the Caribbean community. Talk to us about that a little bit.
Lately, I was called upon to where we have Reggae Lane in Little Jamaica, right today. We have a mural there with pictures of all these great people that I'm talking about, who came here early and developed the music there. So I was called upon there to work with the Heritage, Toronto Heritage, which they send people into the community and to give them some history of what taken place in the community over the earlier years and who was who, and for the musicians that is on the mural there to explain who they were. And, you know, they send a little bit of that on them, introducing to them what it was like in the community. I've done a couple of that, and I've also did some filming there too. And I'm looking forward for other things as I go by. It's quite interesting also to let the people know, because I was a part of it. And I practically know everybody who was there too, because I came in those days and as an artist. So it was easy for me to explain
We're
who
talking
was
about from the 60s.
yeah, they came here from the 60s and I came in the early 70s. But when I came here, nothing much was happening different. They were still here and there, you know, playing this kind of music. Otis Gay was doing R&B. Tony Gregory was singing his kind of stuff. Even Tony Gregory was here. Like I says, you name them. Yeah, you know.
Wow.
I remember Bunny Lee coming in here in the early days too. You know, pass it through here, get some music out, and you name them. We have them
Can I
here.
ask you a quick question just before I hand back to Sharon? What is the secret to you aging backwards?
You know what? I try to relax. You know,
I need some of that. I need some of
yeah.
that tonic.
I don't know. Maybe it's in my family. If you ever see my mom in her 91, you think she's a you know.
Is still here?
Oh, it is. Oh yeah, my mom is here. Oh yeah, moving around. Yes, she does.
So what?
Oh yeah, she was driving up to a few years ago, and we kind of stopped her and all those stuff. Oh yeah, my mom.
I knew there was something.
Yeah, she was with my sister north of us, which we call Brampton. My mom is here. You know,
bless her soul.
here. Yes, they're up.
My brother lives in Brampton.
Yes.
A whole family out there in Brampton. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. That's just north of where I am in Mississauga. We're in the same borough, which is Peel. Borough. So they're just a few minutes up the road. I'm in Brampton. Yeah, and we have a huge community in Brampton today. It's a newly developed community in the past few years. Yes, there's quite a bit of new homes in there, you know. Yes, we have quite a bit. A lot of things are happening in Brampton today because we develop a community over in Brampton there.
That's what my brother says. Yes, yes.
Yes, it is. Very nice place too, you know.
Sharon.
Well, now that we know that, me coming to visit you when me reach.
You cannot go to Canada and say, I was there to the Queen. You know, you can't do that, right? I'm just letting you know.
Oh my golly. You're welcome, man. I look forward, you know, come to Canada, come see our communities, you know.
Yes, it's funny because you should say that because I'm supposed to be going, well, not for a little bit, next few months. I'm like, oh, you live over there? Me coming.
You're coming to, really?
Yeah.
Okay. And are you going to Brampton?
Huh?
Are you going to Brampton?
Yeah, that's where my brother lives.
Okay. So you're going to be next door where I am today. You know? Good. So we will link up. We will link up for sure.
We will link up, Mrs. For sure.
I'm going to squeeze myself in Sharon's suitcase.
Okay. You're quite welcome. You don't even need to
I'm flexible that way.
Yes. Just come right in because Calvin said he's coming in. So
yeah, he did. He did.
He's coming to Canada, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be nice to come into Canada and see what it's
real.
like.
For real.
Communities, you know. They've grown. My mama's grandchildren, great-grand and great-great-grand. Because she came here early too, in the late 60s, you know.
Right.
I have a lot of people migrate from England to Canada from the earlier years here too. Lots of generation continue here. Oh yeah, lots of families are here, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've grown and we're still growing, you know.
Well, I know there's a lot of Indian community out there in Brampton, of course.
Yes.
There's many parts of Canada, but for the most, Brampton I know is really up and coming.
Yes.
So I know quite a bit about it. So wow, yes. Miss Carol Brown, I cannot tell you how much we've enjoyed listening to your history because there is just so much that you know. Yes. There is so many artists that, God rest their souls,
yes.
you know, they've contributed so much, but you've had the actual pleasure of knowing, you know, these
people. Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yes,
for you, we learn so much.
Yes.
You know what I mean? These people did not get their flowers, and that is why we are here to honor you today because you're a part of that whole scene. Yes, you know what I mean? And God bless you. You're still here to tell us and walk us through the experience. You know what I mean? That's a blessing.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. But
especially the history of Jackie Mittoo.
Yes.
yeah,
That man is of the Richter scale when it comes to legendary icons.
Yes.
Yeah, off the
yes,
Richter. There will never be another like him for generations to come.
yes,
Yes.
yes, 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 yes. And like he had said, the roots of the music, they have, watered it so well, so it could go on. They just didn't make music. They know what they were doing, They put a lot into it. And that's why today the branches are here, and you see what's happening today with the music. These guys have really put their effort in to create good music and create good rhythms, from way back when we're coming with the music and ska, rock steady, reggae, from way back with my dad, and you name it. They've done a lot of work,
The thing is, with this music, it's what you've all done is created longevity.
yes,
It will never grow old. What
yes,
you can play it
definitely.
like it just
Yeah.
come out, and that's the beautiful thing. I cannot say, and I don't know how you feel about this, but I cannot say that for a lot of music coming out today.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's a whole different vibe now.
yes, yes,
Before. Yet
yes,
still in all this, so many of us who create the foundation that you guys have created for us.
yeah,
That's reminiscent to childhood, a feeling,
Yeah.
an emotion, you know what I mean?
exactly.
What your music has done for us, which gives it longevity in the game. Now, I don't know, but the simple fact that we need it back.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere. No,
It's not going anywhere, but
it's not gone. It can't.
right.
Because if that go, you won't have no branches anymore.
Exactly.
The roots always have to be there.
Right.
You plant a tree, and if it's rooted, you know what happened.
Right.
It will always be there. If
Mhm.
it's not there, you won't have new creativity, and new development, because we are a people, we create. So we came in, we had this, we had that, we have that, and there's going to be more, because we're
Right.
creative people.
Mhm.
There's more different style of rhythm to come. We know who we are. We're the African beat. We can't hide that.
Total foundation.
Yes,
Total foundation.
exactly.
And
Right. So we ain't going nowhere. It's here to stay.
Bruh.
yes.
Here to stay.
Karen.
Here to stay.
Yes, my friend. So again, it has been an honor, a great honor having you here. This is a segment in our little show.
Yeah.
Where we give the audience, those listening, watching, a chance to ask you a question or two. Something they may, curious about your life, just a quick question, or they're here to give you your flowers. So if there's anybody in the room who would like to say something to Miss Brown before we let her go, please feel free to speak up, because listen, we're in the midst of a legend here. We are in the midst of legendary queen.
Yes. I've known so many melodies throughout my life. I don't even remember the lyrics, but the melodies are always here. So much.
Okay.
There's a Herline that kept being knocked out.
That's Pauline. Yeah, she's here, and
Herline,
some
mind.
trying to figure out how to use the Zoom experience. So it's okay. So if we have no questions from anyone, that's okay. All right. What I would like to say, it's been an absolute pleasure to have Queen Carol Brown out of Canada to be on this platform to share her musical history and journey, her thoughts on the industry, whatever it is. We just wanted to give her our flowers. I, for one, absolutely love and adore everything about this queen and empress who seems to be aging backwards. Secret, but I am gonna continue to twist her arm for the formula.
Yes.
All right. And she's always gonna be one of my favorite people in my life. God knows, you know already how much I love and respect you already.
Yes.
Yeah.
Enough respect to you too, you know. Enough blessings.
Never mind
Keep
God.
up the great work that you're doing for us as artists there, because I've been seeing other people also on your show.
We
which is
can't
great.
stop, you know.
Yes, you know, give thanks for that. You know, we all appreciate you. And like myself today, I do. And for Sharon,
I tell you what, today is
good work.
the icing on the cake.
And I'm looking forward to see you. You know, you do come along here.
Don't worry, I will definitely come to visit.
Great, okay.
I'm coming in your suitcase, Sharon.
I'm not even that far away.
Don't let immigration know.
I'm actually in the US. That's why I live in the US. So I'm not that far away.
Get this around the corner, innit?
Hey, here we go. She's just across the border here.
Yeah.
Yes, it will be
door.
Real.
Again, thank you so much.
Mhm.
It was our greatest pleasure talking to you today. We feel closer to you now than ever before. So much love and respect for your music we still play today is just the greatest feeling and comfort to speak to the person that's been touching our hearts for so long. It is our honor once again, honoring you and giving you your flowers today. Miss Carol Brown, love you so much. We do.
Thank you so much and respect you every time. You know.
Yes.
The good work you're doing, girl.
We have a message from Beverly. Notes in the message section. It said, Jackie Mitu, I miss him from mid-80s. He was a close friend of Gene Rondo and Derek Lara.
Yeah. He's got so much close friends out there, you know.
So many.
Yeah. He's
Studio One right
many
now.
artists. He never stopped until the day passed. He never stopped, you know. Yeah, great guy.
If he could say something to you right now and he could look down on you and say something to you right now, what would you feel him saying to you?
You know what? He would be laughing because that's what we do a lot. You know, he'd be laughing at some things, you know, like things that he has spoken about, and to see it come to light today. Like he knew. He was always wishing and hoping for the music to go as far as it could, four corners of the earth. And today we have the internet that take care of that. He's so happy. He's just happy to see what's happening with the music today. You know, he always wanted to see the music get out there. Other people enjoying it. Other people making it because they love it. Some people complain about this and no. It's music. It is music. And the wider it goes, and the more guy want to pick up his guitar and strum a reggae song, woe be unto him. He loves the music too. You know, we did that in Jamaica. You know, we did a lot of that too, because we love other genres also.
Yeah.
You know, we play them and we sing them too. You know, so we're glad to see that with what we have created, other people are enjoying it today. And I can tell you, that's his heartfelt today. He talks about that over and over. Want to see the music get out as far as it could, you know, and we're seeing it today. The kids have grown up and they're doing their own thing. They have found new rhythms out of what was there before in creating their new patterns today through computers and drum track, and they move on. And there'll be more.
Yeah.
There'll be more. You know, so like I said, the root is well watered, well taken care of. And that's what we're getting today. And I'm very glad to see that. I always say, man, if Jack was there to see what's happening, you know, like, hey, you'll be just laughing, you know, and having fun about it. Because he spoke about that, you know. Yes, he did.
Enjoyed yourself today?
Yes, I do. I do this. I do interviews. Not a lot, as a lot of people has contacted me for interview, but I've done major interviews, like with other major network here, TV and stuff like that, to our radios and so forth. You know, I've done that. I've done interviews. I've done interviews in England. I've been around in England. I've done interviews in the early years, especially when I went with Micah Dread. You know, I walk into CBC Canada in England. I didn't even know we had CBC had an office there. And oh yeah, I've done quite a bit of interviews all over the place. You know, these days, you know, as you grow older, there's more. And there's more. And there's more to talk about as you experience, as you go along from the past and what it is today, and so forth and so on. You know, there's always something to talk about. So I'm very happy to be here.
Amen.
I'm glad for the invite after this long time. You know, we're supposed to link up. Finally, we're here. Finally, we did it. Finally, we get to talk, you know, and see each other here and have other people coming in and joining us. Yay, hi to each and everyone who joined us today. I'm very happy for you to be here. You know, give thanks.
You know, you can't get away without you singing one of your favorite songs. We don't care which one, but you have to sing at least a few bars.
Oh, my favorite. Oh, you know what? Like away from songs, a little song like I had, which is not really song. Oh, there's so much, you know. But
Anyone?
The song of Feels So Good, which I also charted to at the time, and with the medley. It's a song that had like a lot. I've done a song called Your House that David Rodgers, whenever we run into each other, he's always asking me, what happened to that song? What do you do with it? You know, he really likes it. He was the first one to start things in England also. Right. Used to be your house, your house, your house. Now it's another man's home. I don't know if you ever heard that one. You know, yes. It has been released over the years. I don't know. There's just so much of them that comes to mind always.
Sing Your House. Sing Your House. Sing that one day.
Did you release? Did you release that song?
Oh yeah, it's on a 12-inch. It was out on a label that I have too. That is called
Being on vinyl only.
Yes, it was only. That's the point. Yeah, and it had not been re-released online since we have the digital market, and that is what I'm also trying to do in re-releasing some of the stuff that I had, which is on vinyl and is not yet in the digital marketplace, so people can have access to them. Yes.
Now, I tell you, some of these producers have to move with the times because, you know, a lot of people do buy music from the digital outlets, whether it be, you know, Amazon, iTunes,
or whatever,
whatever that digital platform is, you know, because not everybody, some people have moved with the times. Some people have moved from the days of vinyl to the digital.
Exactly.
You know?
Yes.
It is what it is.
I've got a couple of stuff up there that has been put up there too. There's a couple of stuff on Spotify that other producers have put their stuff up there, but then there's quite a bit still which is not up there.
Right.
You know, still quite a bit which is still not up there. And I'm taking that responsibility to make it happen. You know, so sooner or later they'll be up there. I've already reached halfway. It'll be out there soon. You know, so
sing us out with that tune there that you just sang.
Now you're sorry and you want to come back to me, but you were the one who walked out and gave me back the key. You were so sure I'm always waiting for you. Now you have come back, baby. Whatever. It's used to be your house, your house, your house. Now it's another man's home, another man's home, another man's home, another man's home. Yeah, that's a part of the song that I did. You know.
Carol Brown, we love you like cook food. Mwah.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You know.
You're welcome.
I've been looking for the song. Mhm.
Next week, we will be here with the Unit Band out of Louisiana in the United States of America. That will be next week, Saturday. And then on Sunday, we'll have the Queens of Lovers Rock. We'll have Frederica Tibbs and Winsome Moncrief Mitchell. They're going to be our guests. So we're going to get out of here. Queenie, may I have to give you a full solo?
Guidance, Jagide every time. Right?
Thank you.
TCB.
Lessons.
You know,
Yes.
I hope we meet soon again.
I know Beverly Knows did not get to hear this song on the show because she came in late. Here is the song she wanted to hear.
Reaching out for your love, with a touch, you, baby. And I'm reaching out for your love, with a touch, you, baby. All my life, I'm starved for love. But behind my mask of pride, Lord, I'm hiding from the one I truly love, afraid to let go. I just suffered from the pain, and just when I'm in need of a real true friend, boy, I look around, and you were gone. Suddenly I felt all alone, and I found out, reaching out for your love, with a touch, me, baby.
Well, that's all, folks. That's my line. Step aside, babe. Let a star do
One
that.
love, one love. All the time.
Can I go home now?
I'm 10-Star General from Starcade Promotions, and I'm out of here.
Thanks up, everyone.
Blessings.
Blessings all the way through.